Hi.
Hi.
All right, so it's Fleming, and we're working on our curly mannequin. We're gonna call her Nora. Her name's there. So this mannequin, Nora, she's got 4 quadrants of curl. So it has all the different texture and curl of all. So what we're working on is we're doing a root touch-up, which we've done, making sure that we tidy up her hairline. Perfect. And now we're going to do a root pull through. So what we're going to do is we'll start in the back. This is great. It's freehand. You're not using any foil. It's quick, but it's precision, and so it's pretty special. So what I'll start is at the bottom. We're going to do slices. I've done this also with straight hair mannequins and people with their hair, but right now we're just going to show you how to do it with curls, because curls are different. With the straight-haired mannequin, I usually use the tail comb after I do this technique and kind of flick it out so that it all blends through. With curls, I wouldn't do that because you want to create the ribboning effect. So we'll start here at the bottom. Now I'm using conditioners, so that's why I don't have gloves. So when you're trying to take the curls apart, I usually put your finger through, and then we'll loosen up the curls at the end. You should never be trying to rip at it. It should just all be at the end. You can use your tail comb as well, but the biggest thing is you want to make sure that you're not being rough with the hair. So this is our section here. So this placement, I'm doing the bottom part all dark, or all the root color, so whatever root color would be. So I'm bringing it all the way through, make sure it's well saturated. So I go through and I'll be doing 1-inch breaks in between. We'll slice it all the way through. Then I'll keep up, excuse me, this top section, this technique, and we'll pull it through. We're working away right now as I'm going along. The rest of the classes too. So we're doing our low light pull through. This is a great technique for people who have it all over color and they want to have it pulled through nicely, but also it's great for if you have grays and you don't want to be a blonde highlight, but you just want to have some dimension. This is a great way of doing it. All right, so we're about 1 inch up, and we're putting our fingers through, and then we're gently pulling through the curls. This is a super important when you're working with curls, that you're not ripping it, because even though you just don't. But that's the easiest way to break through for combing it. Get your fingers through at the roots and then go through. So then we'll have our next slice piece. And then the other side. Go through. Make sure that you're gentle with the ends. Perfect. It takes a long time to grow hair, so we don't want to be breaking the hair as it's moving along. So I'm doing 1-inch breaks in between. I'll do one more section, and then I'll show you what the sides are like. So it's the same thing. Put your fingers through. I would normally wear gloves if I'm doing color, but because it's conditioner. There we go. And if you're curious about the color, we did a calico color. So that's what we're using. Our mannequin, Nora. So then we're slicing through. It doesn't have to be perfect lines, as long as it's a nice soft slice, because that creates that ribbon effect. And then you bring it through. Perfect. Now do the next one. All the way through. Okay. When we're doing this technique, you would always use a towel too to make sure that you're not taking the next section with color on your hands and then creating the color all over where you don't want it. All right, so we'll show you what the sides are like now too. And then we'll do the top. So the top, it's welcome, is the same as the back. Your very first section, bring it over so you can see it better. There we go. Is another low light. If you notice, all the curl is different. It's a 4-quadrant educational curl mannequin that shows the different texture of the 4 textures of curl. And making sure that we know how to use color related to everybody's type of straight and curly hair. All right, so we have that one section here. And then we take another about a 1-inch section. So I have nails, but really you can use the tail comb to slice through. I should do it real time. Then we use the tail comb. So when you're clipping, make sure you're using a clean clip and you're clipping the top of the hair so that you're not getting color blobs in through there too. All right, next, another slice. Pop that all the way down. Make sure there's great saturation. And all the way through. Now, normally when we do highlights, we do them on an angle. You wouldn't do them straight across. We always talk about racing stripes and that you don't want to get that technique or that look. But the thing is, her roots are already the right color, so it's going to blend perfectly. So when you pull it up this way, her roots are all blended, and then it will just have a blended technique, a blended look. So then you would use the tail comb, not your fancy nails. And then I did the roots. See how there's a bit of a lock of curl in there? So then use the tail comb or the tail of your color brush to pull it through. You never want to hear as you rip curl on it, or even on straight hair. Don't do it. All right. Next, all the way through. Well saturated. So when you're doing a straight-haired mannequin, at the end you use the tail comb or the tail of the color brush and you just pick it through so it all blends. You don't want to do that with the curl. You want to keep these beautiful ribbons. So we'll do one more and then we'll do the crown. So it's always important to take into consideration where their part is too when you're doing the crown. If you're doing this center part, then you can do right straight across. But if they have a side part, and they always are going to wear in the side part, make sure. Because if they switch it part way through, you're in trouble. Or they're in trouble. It's not the look that they're going to want. It won't be balanced. All right. Pop that in color, which is really conditioner, so I don't have color all over my hands all day long. There we go. Beautiful. Great ribbons. So it'll be a beautiful curl. All right, next, I'll show you how we do the top. So you've got your section here. We're gonna say that she likes to wear hers right in the center. So you've done all your slicing at the back with the 1-inch break, same all the way up through here. And now we're gonna do the top. So same thing, you might as well use the brush. Because then you're using less tools, things are moving a lot quicker. So now we've gotten through most of the curl, it's just the last little bit. Just pull gently through. There we go. Bringing this down, and I'm only putting it where it's a clean clip and only where the clean hair is, where there's no color on it. So bring it along this way, You can see that normally if you were doing highlights, you would never do a slice right at the crown. You can with this because the roots are already done. And it's just for more dimension. So you have the last little bit of curl through here, gentle, gentle. All right, you've got your slice. Bring that through, all the way up. And then just drop it. So when you drop it, don't touch it anymore. Perfect. So you don't want the product to be sloppy with too much all over. You just want to have a nice proper application and saturate all the way through. All right, another inch through. So if you do it close together, which you can, it'll just change the effect. All right, so we do our slice again. I mean, this technique is fantastic because you don't have to worry about using foil or highlighting paper. It's better for the environment. It's really quite quick. So your technique is valued. This is something that you should be mindful of. Even though you're not using foiling paper, it should still be considered the same thing. Just because you're skilled to be able to do this doesn't mean that, and it's faster, doesn't mean that you should not be valued in the work that you do. It should be charged just the same because of your technique. There you go, another inch through. Do another slice all the way through. And when we get to the front, then you have to decide, do you want to have this root color at the very front for face framing? Most of the time, most people don't. So you would always wipe your gloves. I have just my hands, but because I've got the conditioner. You would probably want to leave that front piece out because it's okay to have the roots and have it a little lighter. So another little section. All the way through. And drop. Make sure you clean your hands well before you take the next section. And it takes no time. Most towels now are color proof and bleach proof. So now we're getting to this last section here. Just lightly, gently pull it through. No. There we go. Last one. All right, all the way through. And you make sure you bring this off your face. So the biggest thing is don't clip once you've got these sections through the hair, whether you're using a straight haired mannequin or a curly hair mannequin. Once they're done, they're done. The only thing different is if it was straight hair, you'd use this part and just flick it through so it blends all the way through. But for curls, you want to make sure that you get these great ribboning techniques. All right, you've got this.